prize and ask for a processing fee. It's a scam. Legitimate sweepstakes don't charge fees because it's legal. Try this one. If you're told that you have to take an offer immediately or you miss an opportunity. Anybody got the high pressure stuff from a company? Yeah? It's probably a scam. Legitimate companies are not going to use that pressure without giving them time to look at a deal. If you're told that you can make huge profits in a no-risk investment, it's a scam. Reason for that is, we'll get to the next one. If you're asked to make a donation, but they will not tell you where the money is going or will be sent, don't give that money. Don't give them money. If a company demands cash, nobody's doing that unless it's the Girl Scouts or something. And hopefully the Girl Scouts aren't breaking into your house. You guys have more problems than I could explain. Then we talked about don't give out your credit card information unless you're the one making the call and you trust the company that provides it. Don't send money by wire or private courier. We talked about social security number. Don't make a deal or buy a product because the seller is relentless and because he's wore you down. We kind of talked about the high pressure stuff, so avoid those. We talked a little bit, Kale talked about the email. We call them phishing scams. And we all get them in our personal email, and you might not even realize you're getting it. Does anybody do stuff with eBay? Anybody sell stuff on eBay? No? That's a pretty popular one where I buy a few things on eBay here and there, and it'll be a professional-looking eBay thing. It says, we're going to suspend your account because of fraud. We need you to confirm your account number. And you figure if this thing gets sent to a couple thousand people, they're probably going to get 20 that bite on it, and they're going to clean you out. They're going to absolutely clean you out. Online classified ads such as Craigslist, you have to be very careful about, because if you ever try to sell anything on Craigslist, there's another phishing scam going around where they'll send a blanket ad out saying, I'm very interested in your item for sale, and I would like some information so I can send you the check, and I can have my movers come and pick up the sofa or whatever it is. So they send, it even sounds cheesy because it says item for sale. It doesn't say the sofa you have. The reason it's generic is because it went out to 500 different ads. So they're phishing to see if they can get your information, your phone number. Basically, a lot of these scams involve out-of-state fraud issues where you have to receive a Western Union from Nigeria, and then you get $200 extra, but you have to cash the check and then send $400 extra to another country, and it's just out of control. Don't fall prey to these things because a lot of these are international scams.
Sure.
Right, you start looking at these emails that you receive, the English in the email is different. Everything is worded differently. I had one of these and I was like, I'm reading it and I'm going, where did this guy learn English? Because it's a scam. It comes from a different country. They don't understand that we have a certain syntax to American English and things like that. So once you start seeing those things that don't fit right, it's a scam.
Can I be in Germany and look online Craigslist ads for the Denver area?
Sure.
You better believe it. I could look on Craigslist ads for any area, anywhere in the world. That's the world we live in now. It's shrinking. So don't be a victim to those scams. By mail, if you send checks in the mail, who puts the whole thing up on the mailbox and throws your checks in there? Anybody do that? And if you don't want to admit it, that's fine, but please don't. Those days, we talked about these dopers and the crazy psychosis that they live in. It's not just one person. It's a group of people. One guy, it's his job to steal a bunch of mail. And that's all he does all day because he's hopped up on dope and he needs something to do. And all day, he'll just steal mail, steal mail, steal mail. He'll give all the mail to the next guy. He'll open all the mail and look for any personal information, checks, W-2 forms. Those are real hot when the W-2s come out. They're really hunting for those really hard. So that'll be that guy. And once they sift it through all the personal information, they'll give it to the identity theft guy, who's another doper that works on his computer all day, making fake Colorado ID cards in your name with your information, but their picture. And then they'll get on the VersaCheck system, which is the checks that you could print on your home printer. Then they will print your account number of your check on the bottom of their Versa check, like it's a business account. All of a sudden you have a ring of 10 different people that are behind this. But the first one is a lot of these guys who try to do the mail theft. Don't drop any of your mail off in your mailbox. Go to the post office.
Yeah, we're going even farther than these secured mailboxes. Somebody was asking about the blue boxes recently, if we've had any of the blue box thefts. You think that's pretty secure, you know, it's near a post office usually. It's a big old box, it's bolted to the concrete. They've had a rash of those, where people are breaking into those. They're stealing that stuff. So the only way that it's really secure is for you to get out of your car, go into the post office, and put it in that box, or hand it to that attendant. It's gotten that bad.
And then, you know, a good point is more fraud occurs with mail theft and paying things by mail and that getting intercepted by, you know, some thief than online banking services. Online banking services are very secure nowadays. So, and it's a paperless system and you get less mail that way. So, yeah, there's hiccups here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot more safer than just paper checks and things of that nature. Home improvement scams. We had a big hail storm recently, and I see a whole heck of a lot of ladder trucks now with out-of-state plates saying hail repair, roofers, all this. Be very aware of these folks. There's a lot of scammers out there, and I think almost everybody's gotten a roof repaired since then. But I know they're still out here. You know, they can clean up. A scammer can clean up, you know, in 6 months out here and have enough money to be good for years.
That's where you do the background checks. You don't just go with the guy that knocked on your door that's got the great deal, because that's a good way to not get your roof repaired and lose a lot of money. It's taking their information or searching it yourself and finding a local company or somebody that's trusted, and then do your research on that with the Better Business Bureau. All those, there's all kinds of checks that you can do.
It's a big investment, a couple grand, you know, or more to do roof repair. So. Don't just have that, just like, okay, this is the first guy that showed up to my door. Don't allow yourself to fall into that trap.
I have a question first on the solicitor thing, and it's more for personal purposes because we get solicitors at the office all the time and it drives me crazy. And I lie to them and say that there's city ordinance that makes it a crime for them to come when it says no solicitors. Is there anything we can do about solicitors?
You know, technically it's trespassing. If you have a sign up there that says no solicitors and they're there,
Okay.
they ignore that sign, yeah, because you've made an announcement that you don't want these people on the property.
And so more so for clients at their homes. I mean, if, you know,
Yeah,
if somebody...
it's the same thing. Anybody you don't want on your property, you don't have to have them on your property. You know, if somebody comes to the door and you have a sign that says no soliciting and he comes to the door and wants to try and sell you something, okay, well, I have that sign that says no soliciting, and, you know, get off my property, and as he leaves, then you call us. We'll come out and talk to him. I like talking to people. It's no different. You know, 10 hours of work.
We live in a townhome community. Is there any way that that HOA could have a sign like that?
Yep, you'd have to get with your HOA, and
I've seen several of those.
yeah. Otherwise, you can stick it in your window or on your front door. And, but you know, the philosophy that I have, if I'm not expecting somebody at my house, I'm not going to answer the door. I don't care if they knock. I don't care if they ring the doorbell, wakes up the kids. I don't care. Just like with the phone, if I'm not expecting a call or I don't recognize the number, I don't answer the phone. They'll leave a message, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing imperative that I have to go answer the door for when I'm not expecting somebody. You know, if it's somebody that knows me, they'll get a hold of me.
Have you got these magazine salesmen? Or, that's a horrible example, but these people try to solicit, and you know, one of the things that you have to do in the city of Lakewood is if you're trying to peddle something door to door, you have to have a sales tax license. And most of these folks don't, so that's how we get around it. And we end up citing people for a sales tax license violation if they're trying to sell stuff in Lakewood. Same thing with these guys selling radios and stereos out of a van. You know, we get a call about every day on those guys. So, that's another scam. Don't open the door for these folks. Chances are that one of the guys, his sob story was, I'm in a felon rehabilitation program. I have to sell so many magazines. And
Let me break out my wallet.
then I can have the promised land, and then shortly thereafter, we're getting phone